think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor, you keep your promise, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Uh-huh. Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. Yeah, because she's fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that? It was me! Maya! Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? I like how he's talking to her like she's a little child. No, I do not! Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong! What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Whoop. Got you there. Order! I'll
have a side of fries.
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Varnkamra, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. It's okay. Just transform into Mia and then come back. They won't know. Heh. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. You're the one badgering them. You keep telling her to shut up. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here, or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Even if she was looking out there, she had absolutely no way that she could have been able to see him clearly. It was foggy, and it was night out. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. It was a day. Ask you a question. Well, what about the other man? Oh, Phoenix, you idiot. I believe you claim there was a contradiction. The witness testimony will find it if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to... Oh my god! That was bullshit. I already know what I need to present. Literally this, so take that. Got you. Gotcha, Miss Hart. Finally. What, you got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took, the very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Look at those platform shoes. I kind of want those shoes. Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Oh, so there you go. We see what you're doing. You're not that smart if you're going to actually admit that. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. And he didn't get to prepare for this. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. How do we know you actually had binoculars? You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Okay. It's cold night and the mist was thick as grits. No problem with that. Got back in the car. I'm going to look at my evidence. Do I have anything about her car in here? No, I don't. Okay. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope for that? What? No, probably not, because you can see them in real life. Duh. Wouldn't you need a telescope? Not oh, well, there you go. Not binoculars for that. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? It was pointed at the lake. Of course not. The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright. Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Yeah, of course. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Phoenix, you don't know how to do anything except at 100%. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. No, it wasn't. Why was it pointed at the lake then? Sometimes you gotta press things and then you gotta present, so let me press this first. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited for stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please. So, here's the thing. It's not set up to take faces the lake. Picture of the lake. Faces the lake. There we go. You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Ugh. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? She was trying to find 40. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy. Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Ooh, do I have proof? I mean, it was pointed at the lake. But also you have this photograph here. I mean, it's literally pointed at the lake. Also, it's set up to capture loud noises. I don't think falling stars make loud noises, do they? I've never seen a falling star, but I don't think that they do, I guess is my point. So, I mean, we gotta go for it, right? I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well. Let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Ah! What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster? The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. There we go. There's the sentence. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I, too, thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad, are y'all lawyers that smart? So smart, boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. He got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey. But as she so succinctly said...
Succinctly.
So what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it.